Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to week 3 of our training. Thank you so much. I know it's a different time and a different date. Really appreciate you guys making the effort to come along. It does mean a lot, so thank you, and hopefully you'll take something from it. So week 3, we're going to try and be as short as possible because my Zoom's been used by someone else at 8 o'clock, so I need to shimmy on off as soon as I can. But this week is all about branding. Personal branding and your marketing strategy. Okay, stick with us on this. Stick with us. I feel like we've got some good stuff to talk about. So it is going to be kind of social media heavy. I can't get my camera in the right place. It is going to be kind of social media heavy, but that's where me and Jem base it mostly run our businesses. But it can be completely transferred onto in person, and you know, it all goes across all of your platforms and everything that you do, whether that be in-person parties, creating content, whatever it is, it's all relevant for what you do for your business. Okay, we're going to be really homing in on the importance of branding and standing out and why it's so important. Something that we're very passionate about. Sometimes I feel like when we talk about creating our own brand, people don't know what we actually mean. Do you? Use the chat. I know there's not as many of you tonight, but if you do, just let me know. Do you understand by what we mean when we say a personal brand? Yes. Yeah, that's a good one, Victoria, putting your face to a brand. I just wondered I feel like, I didn't really understand what it meant when I first started with my business at all. I wasn't really 100% sure what a personal brand meant. Yes, your authentic self, using fonts and colors. Yeah, we're going to be talking about all of that, so that's really good. But I think what happens is a lot of consultants come in and they see Scentsy as their brand. They see Scentsy as the brand that they're obviously selling. They lead with that. They lead with a Scentsy brand rather than themselves. But we really want to talk to you tonight about why you need to focus on your own brand and your own personal brand. Okay, Scentsy is the brand that you represent. It's the one you represent, along with, I'm not 100% sure on this number, but I'm pretty sure it's over 300,000 other consultants. Okay, so there's many other people representing this brand. We want you to really focus on what makes you stand out. What's going to make you that flamingo in the flock of pigeons? What's going to make people notice you and see you? That's what we're going to really focus on. And I feel like you will actually, I'm hoping, because I felt really inspired while I've been writing all this, that you're going to take away from this and you're going to really be able to implement it into your business. So we've got the we represent Scentsy brand, which is the greatest home fragrance products on the market as far as I'm concerned. The absolute best products on the market. Okay, but you really need a strong personal brand to go with them to catapult you to success. I've seen people do really well by leading with the Scentsy brand, but I've seen people do absolutely amazing, like incredible, when they have their own brand and when they lead with their own personal brand. Okay, not just a Scentsy brand, their own personal brand. Now, I know 100%, okay, that a lot of people lack confidence when it comes to sharing your own personal brand. The reason a lot of people don't, and I know because I work with people a lot, I'm trying to get them to be themselves. Like my sister is one of them. I work with her all the time about training. I'm like, why don't you talk about this more? Why don't you talk about that more? And I know it's because she lacks confidence. She doesn't think it's interesting enough, or she doesn't think people want to see it. She doesn't think people will be wanting to read what she's got to say. Okay, and you either fear that it's not interesting enough, or you fear that people might judge you, or they might say things about you, or and it holds a lot of people back. I know that, and I know that because I've felt it all myself, and I've worked with a lot of other people. They hide themselves in fear of what will happen if they put themselves out there. We're human beings. We are herd creatures. We we crave acceptance. We crave people to want to think that we're doing good things and that we're part of something. That's what we crave. So putting yourself out there when you've not done it before, it can be scary at first. Absolutely, I totally get that. I've heard all the negative self-talk that you could ever imagine when I've been working with people. I've heard it all, and I've said it all to myself, okay, about why people don't want to hear what I want to say. I don't want to show people my face. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I've seen it all. I've heard it all, okay, and I felt it too. Okay, but here's the thing. So when I was at senior school, I was really, really badly bullied for my face. It was awful, absolutely awful. Like, people would laugh at me when I'd walk in the classroom. It was awful because I've got a long face. Just put a caveat to that. I absolutely love it now because it reminds me of my dad. But I had a long face. People used to take the mick out of me. They would make hoarse noises when I walked in, and it was really bad. Like, every day I'd go through it, okay? And that stuff stays with you. It happened for like 3 years while I was at senior school. And it really stays with you, that stuff. Like, I just wanted to disappear. I was just like, I was trying to stay off school all the time. It stays with me even now. Like, obviously I do talk about it now and again, so I know that it's still a thing to me, that it happened. I get it. Like, I get that we all have these hang-ups that are obviously pre-built from something that's happened in our past, okay? And I was always so scared of photos of myself. Didn't want photos of myself anywhere. Didn't want to put photos of myself on anything, okay? Every time I put a photo out there, I think, oh my God, everyone's going to like start making million noises at the phone, and it stays with you. All these things that you go through, particularly through school, it really does stay with you, and I get it, okay? But it still gives me the fear now. Even sometimes now, deep down, when I put my face out there, I still think these same things now. They still go through my head. It's not something that I've got rid of completely. It's something that I still live with, okay? And I know other people live with the same things, but I want people to know me. I don't want people to think of me as a logo. I follow other businesses and I see them never putting their face on their social media, and I lose interest because I don't know who I'm talking to. I read in fact, I've stopped reading their posts. I am far more likely to read a post that's got someone's face on it than a product. I read people's captions when they show their face, okay? I don't want people to see me as a logo. I want people to see me because I'm the one representing Scentsy along with everyone else that's a consultant, but I want them to see me, and I want them to know me as a person, and I want them to know you. I want them to know who you are too. So if your confidence holds you back, remember, we all feel it, okay? We all feel it, whether that be your confidence about the way you look, the way when you put yourself out there, the things you're interested in, the words, the way you speak, or anything. Just embrace it. Embrace who you are, okay? So we all fear the judgment, but I promise you, you can build a phenomenal business if you just try and deal with it and allowing people to get to know you. It's so important because people connect with people. People trust people. Why do celebrities get paid millions and millions of pounds to endorse products? Because people trust them. A brand new product comes along and it's endorsed by a well-known celebrity. People trust the brand because they're seeing as somebody they recognize, somebody they trust, endorsing that product. Network marketing is basically it's cutting out the celebrities, cutting out millions of pounds paid to celebrities, and it's paying consultants commission instead, rather than, all those products that you see that are endorsed by celebrities. You see the massive chunk of that is paid to those advertisements. So much money is spent to advertisements. We get paid the commission instead. We get paid the celebrity endorsement instead. That's what our commission's based on, okay? So people buy into people a long time before they buy into the products. Of course, you're going to get times where people purchase the products before they've, I've had people buy straight on my website, but they've probably seen the product somewhere else, or they've had a friend use it. When you are putting your brand out there, I need to put you out there, okay? Do you ever see a picture of a warmer scrolling through your newsfeed and think, I want to be just like that warmer? I want to be just like that warmer. No, you don't. But do you ever scroll past and see somebody smiling, loving their sense of life, excited, passionate, and thinking, I want to be just like them. I want to be like them, okay? They see you. They see your face. They don't look at a warmer and think, I want to be like that warmer. They don't look at a wax bar and think, I want to be like that wax bar. They see you enjoying your Scentsy and your products. It's so important to put your face out there. And they see you enjoying your Scentsy life, because it's not just the products, it's the business as well. We have an amazing opportunity to offer as well as fantastic products. So you putting yourself out there, you showing what you're doing, that you're enjoying it, people totally connect with that. Okay, so here's some tips. I'm just going to do some quick ones because I know Jem's got a lot of this covered. Your brand, your brand is also your marketing strategy. So what makes you you is also your marketing strategy, okay? So if you think about your brand, it is permanently on display. I know Jemma's probably going to cover this as well, but you can't be one person on your business page loving life, loving Scentsy, you're so positive vibes, you know, your vibe attracts your tribe and all that, and then on your Facebook doing a cryptic inbox me hun post. It just isn't consistent, okay? Your brand has to be consistent, so it has to be authentic to you. Whatever that may be, it has to be authentic to you, and it has to be consistent across all of your platforms. In person, obviously, I think I'm a little bit of a different person in person to what I am on social media. I'm much more confident on a keyboard, but I'm still the same person. I'm still excited by the same things. I still love the same things. But those things are really important, that you are consistent across all of your platforms, and you treat all of your platforms, particularly social media, as a business platform. Remember, when you're in network marketing, you are your brand. It's really important. So make sure it's consistent. You need to figure out what makes, I can't read my writing there. Okay, yes, you need to figure out what makes you you. So again, with being consistent across all platforms, you can't clone what somebody else has done. So you can't follow somebody and think, oh, they really inspire me, I'm going to do exactly like they do. It just doesn't work. It does not work. People will see straight through that. People will stop trusting that. People know when they're seeing what you are doing. People know when that you're being authentic. People know when they're seeing you. And you can't keep, if you clone someone, you can't keep that up consistently across all platforms. You have to find, if you copy and pasting, all of those things are so damaging to your business and to your brand. It's really important that you really do focus on creating your own captions. Short and sweet is fine. They don't have to be, you know, long paragraphs, but all those things are fine. It's really important that you're finding what makes you you and making that consistent across all brands. You need to make yourself valuable. Okay, so if you went to a doctor who didn't know anything about medical problems or anything like that, you wouldn't trust them. They wouldn't be valuable. If you went to a vet and they didn't know anything about animals, you wouldn't trust them. If you go somewhere for a product, you expect them to have knowledge of what they're selling, and knowledge of that you go to someone about the business, you expect them to have a degree of knowledge, whether it's just passion. You know, as I think it's Jessie Lee Ward says, she'd rather have ignorance on fire than passion on ice. No, I can't think what it is. Ignorance on fire than knowledge on ice any day. So it's your passion. Lead with your passion, basically. If you've got knowledge of the products but no passion, then passion is far more valuable. So if somebody comes to you, make yourself valuable. If somebody comes to you about the products or about the business opportunity, the knowledge you have and the passion you have is really important. You know, you learn your products as much as you can. Learn what's the strongest sense, learn all those kinds of things, and make it really valuable. Know your audience. So I've just spoke about marketing strategy. So if you think about the huge companies, they know when to market the adverts we see on TV. They know when to put their adverts on. They know that kids, there's no point putting kids toys on during a late night sports program, boxing match. They know that kids toys need to go on during kids programs. So TV shows for women, like Coronation Street and stuff, you'll see mainly women targeted products. Sports shows, you'll see mainly men, toiletries, etc., targeted products. They know when. So you need your marketing strategy. Every company has a marketing strategy. So who'll be interested in your products and your opportunity? Remember, when you talk to everyone, you talk to no one. It's really important that when you're writing something, you're thinking, who is going to connect with this? So, for example, if you're massively passionate about pets and about your dogs, and you do a pet product post and you talk about your pets, you're talking to other dog lovers. You're not talking to somebody who's allergic to dogs or anything like that. You're talking to people who are passionate about dogs. If you love camping and you take your Scentsy Go camping, you're talking to other campers. You're showing other campers how they can use their Scentsy Go when they go camping. If you're a football mum and using the laundry products or the scent packs to freshen up the clothes or the football bags, etc., you're talking to other football mums or other people who deal with, you know, really, really smelly gym bags, dirty clothes, stuff like that. So you've really got to think about what you're writing. If you love cooking and sharing recipes and stuff like that, find what makes you you, and then find your marketing strategy for your products, for marketing to your audience. Remember, when we're finding our brand, all of us, every single one of us, we start at ground zero when looking for our brand. We all don't really know where we're going. Particularly, you might have already established it, but everybody started somewhere. Everybody starts somewhere when they're establishing their brand. So it's really important, in our opinion, that you do find what your brand is. But you need to become your authentic self, because if you become yourself, people will know you and they'll trust you. You know, it's not, you're not acting at anybody else, you're just being authentically you. People will trust you, and if you trust yourself, other people will trust you too. Right, I'll hand over to Jem.
Hi guys. Okay, so in the chat, I just want you to be a bit interactive with me right now, and I'm just going to say some things. I want you to guess what I'm talking about. So when we're thinking about branding, I've actually Googled the top most well-known brands in the world. So I want you to see, just by me saying a few keywords, if you can guess which brand I'm talking about. Okay, the first one, golden arches, red boxes. Anyone guess what that brand is? McDonald's. Yep, easy. Second brand, computers and technology, and a fruit. Apple. Yep. Okay, third one, it's a red can with white writing. Coke. Yep, Coca-Cola. Next one is lovely squiggly writing against a castle, very magical. Can anyone guess what that is? Disney. Yeah, you guys are on fire. And the last one is a sports brand with a big tick. Nike. Easy, right? You got those literally as soon as I finished talking. Straight away, there was the answer. Why do you know those brands? What do those brands do to be familiar, to be the first brand that pops into your head? What do you associate, you know, what do these brands do that you associate with those brands? So the main thing is, absolutely, Victoria, just literally taking the word out of my mouth, it's consistency. And when we say consistency, I know we talk about it all the time, and we did touch on it, I think it was last week or the week before. It's not just about consistently marketing, it's about consistently thinking about what you're marketing. So these brands, when I say that they're consistent with their message that they're sending out. They're consistent with their fonts, they're consistent with their slogans, they're consistent with their colors, with their fonts, with their everything. You know, as soon as you see something from McDonald's, you know it's from McDonald's. As soon as you see an Apple product, you know it's from Apple, because they have that familiarity, because they are always consistent with their branding. The difference with Scentsy is that obviously we are all selling the same thing. So whereas McDonald's, and the example I'll give is McDonald's sell burgers, so do Burger King, so do Wimpy, so does the little independent restaurant in my town, Herd. They all sell burgers, but we know McDonald's because of their branding. We all have the same products, the same access to the same information, the same training, the same kit. So what makes one person successful and another person not successful? What makes you different? Like Tam said, what makes you the flamingo in a flock of pigeons or the unicorn in a field of horses? The difference when you're selling exactly the same product with exactly the same opportunity and exactly the same tools and exactly the same training, the difference is you or me or Tam. It's us. We are the difference. So authenticity is one of our core values, and I love the fact that it is, because I think sometimes network marketing gets it's got a bit of a bad reputation. Like, I know we're called like hun bots and things. There's this reputation that oh, I'll message you, hun, and there's these spammy messages, and I can see, copy and paste messages, and I can spot when I get them myself. And they're obviously not doing their job very well, because if they looked at my social media, they would see that my brand is there and I'm a Scentsy consultant. But I get it myself, and I get these copy and paste messages into my inbox, and they are just carbon copies of each other. Authenticity, one of our core values, one of the most important things you can do for your business. The business doesn't have to look the same. My business doesn't look the same as Tam's. Tam's business doesn't look the same as her sponsors. My Donna, their business doesn't look the same to mine, and that's okay. Like that's exactly how it should look, because no business looks the same. And if you look at the leaders in Scentsy, if you look at the directors, the star directors, the superstar directors, the superstar consultants, the star consultants, none of their businesses look the same, and they don't look the same. They are not carbon copies of each other. We look different. We're from different places with different upbringings, different backgrounds, different qualifications, different likes, different dislikes. We are so different, yet we all have success. These leaders, they have all been successful. The SSDs, for example, they have all reached the top of the company, and they are all very, very different. There is not one that is very similar, which just goes to show, if you can embrace your authenticity, if you can embrace who you are, that will bring you success. So, on my page. So first of all, before, like Tam said, it's deciding on what your brand is isn't a quick decision. I mean, myself and Tam, we've been in network marketing, not Scentsy specifically, and not direct selling specifically, but online selling for the best part of 8 years for me, is similar to Tam. And it's not been, I mean, it's probably only been in the last maybe 2 years that I've really focused on what my brand is. And I really wish I'd done it sooner. It's really important for you just to sit down, take some time to sit down and think about, what value do you want to bring people? What is your message that you want to share about you and your business? What makes you you? What makes you different to everybody else? What do you stand for? So if you think about, for me personally, things that you associate with me, Scentsy is going to be one of them. And Scentsy is going to be part of your brand because you love wax. So you can create that as part of your brand, the fact that you love a good smelling home, and incorporate Scentsy into that. But Scentsy is the product. Scentsy isn't your brand. And when I say that, I want you to imagine Mrs. Hinch, okay? Mrs. Hinch is partnered with people like Tesco's, with Ariel, I think it is, or Fairy, with Scrub Daddy. She's partnered with all of those, but she is her brand. She is sharing all these products and she's earning money off these products, but she is her brand. And why do people connect with her? Because they see something that they can identify with. They see something that's familiar to them, that they can and they think, oh gosh, I feel like that as well, or I do that as well. She's a normal girl. She's a mum. We've seen her go through 2 pregnancies. She's opened up her doors on her social media for her audience to get to know her. And that's what you want to try and replicate. You want people to try and get to know you, because the cold hard fact is, if you want to be successful in online selling, people have to like you. That's the long and short of it. They have to like you. If you are on your social media and you are, you've got your Scentsy hat on in your Scentsy group, and you're talking about this and talking about that, and you're ranting and raving about the products, and you're positive this and sharing lovely quotes and all of that, like Tam said, and then you're somebody else on your platform, you just lose credibility. You need to make sure it's consistent throughout all of your platforms. And if yourself, if you see negativity on Facebook, you might have a look, but you're looking for the wrong reasons. If you see an argument on Facebook, you might have a bit of a Facebook stalk, but you're looking for the wrong reasons. You're not looking because you aspire to be like that person. You're not looking because you like that person, you want to connect with them. You're looking to be nosy and to kind of have gossip with your mate about it. You want people, the objective is you want people to follow you. You don't want people to unfriend you. So if you're getting into these debates, if you're sharing things that are inauthentic, if you're trying to be someone else on social media and you're losing your credibility, people aren't going to want to follow you. They're going to want to know the real you. So embrace your weird. Like, we all have these weird things that we like, and we don't think anyone else likes it. Me and Tam, we love the pimple popper woman. Yeah, we tag each other on Facebook on the pimple poppers. We love that. Other people will think that's gross, but we like that, and we bonded a bit over that. And that's okay. Anything that you like, like, just tell me something weird or something, you know, that isn't run of the mill that you like, that you're interested in. It could be literally anything. Is anyone going to rugby union? Yeah, see, I would not have a clue about rugby union, but I can guarantee you there will be hundreds and hundreds of Facebook groups about rugby union with like-minded people that you can connect with. And I don't mean go in there and start vomiting Scentsy over everybody, but go in there and start creating relationships with people that are sewing quilts, that are like-minded and have similar. In Jack Grealish, you're talking my language, honestly. Jack Grealish. If there isn't a group about Jack Grealish, I think we need to make one. I'll be the founder of that group. Okay, so the reason, if you think about what a TV star or a game show host or something like that is called, they're called personalities, aren't they? Like a TV personality or a sports personality, BBC Sports Personality of the Year. The reason they're called personalities is because that is what they are. They are a personality. So when you are building a brand, it's your personality that people want to see. Embrace your weird. Like, I love Grey's Anatomy. So I'm in a group, and I actually connected with somebody in a group. It wasn't about Grey's Anatomy. We connected over Grey's Anatomy. We took that to inbox because the new season started. And now she's literally one of my best customers. She spends an absolute fortune every single month with me. And that was just a very natural thing. I was getting excited about talking about a TV program that I really, really loved. So when you think about your branding, sit down and have a think about, we said it in week 1, think about 5 things that make you you. For me, my branding is, I'm a mum, first and foremost. We are an autism family. So my son has severe autism and a learning disability. So that's a huge part of my branding, because it's a huge part of my life. Literally, we don't get to do much else. I don't have hobbies and things. Like, Scentsy is my hobby. It's my job, but it's something that I really love doing. I love the color pink. So all of my branding is pink. I've got pink bags, pink on my literature that I hand out, pink sample bags, pink stickers, everything's pink. So it all matches. I've got my own logo that I had created, 20 quid on Instagram, 20 quid, and it's got my face on it. It's a cartoon portrait of my face. So I use that. I use the same font on my leaflets and my stickers and my business cards, all the same font. And I'm me. I'm me. I speak from the heart. I speak to people, and I speak to people in messages. Like, when you're building a business like this, I think your customers turn into friends, don't they? A lot of the time. So you can't keep, like, the jig will be up. You can't keep a lie going. You just have to be yourself, and like, you're worth getting to know. Don't be frightened to share who you are. Like, people, there are going to be people out there that are going to want to connect with you. You never know who you're inspiring. You really, really don't. So what else was I going to say? So yeah, be kind and be a good person. Be someone that people want to connect with. Yeah, so there's so much. Honestly, we could sit and talk about this for hours and hours and hours. I honestly really believe that. A really good book is the Freakishly Effective Guide to Social Media. It's by Ray Hickson, and it's on Amazon. That's a really good book that I recommend. Anything else to do with your branding, nobody came and sat me and Tam down and told us how to brand ourselves. We didn't have any trainings like this. We didn't have any uplines like this. We literally used Google and YouTube. So anything that you want to learn, go away and learn learn it. Go on YouTube. Literally today for this training, I've been on Google and YouTube, and I know Tam's done the same. That is how you learn. You seek out the knowledge. You can't wait for someone to give it to you. Go and seek it out. Go and look up. Just type in Google how to authentically brand myself. Go and type in YouTube authentic branding and go and watch some content about that and just learn to do it. You don't have to do it next week, but just start the process. Like, start today and think about what your brand is. And when you decide what that is, you have to commit to it, because like I said, with the other brands, the reason they're so familiar, the reason they're so successful is because they are consistent in everything that they do. They don't suddenly, McDonald's don't suddenly have blue arches and green boxes. It's always red and yellow. So think about your brand, and if you're being authentic and true to you, you won't struggle to commit to it. So make sure you're making the right decision and being authentic to you. That's it.
Mic drop. I just get
Mic drop.
going back to the people feeling like they're not interested enough. You think, you obviously used a great example, Mrs. Hinch. She literally cleans her house, and that is it. She doesn't go out much. She doesn't do a lot. She just literally cleaned her house, and that's how.
And the house that she's got, it's not full of things that people can't afford to buy, like these luxury. She goes to B&M and Home Bargains. She's just like what we are. Like, that's what I do.
People, I don't think my sister's on actually, but I say to her all the time, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? Because her husband cooks and is an amazing chef. I'm like, that is such good content. He makes his own recipes. People will be so engaged if you start putting what he's cooked on and tell the recipe of like what he's made. People will love that. They'll follow you for that. The things their kids do are hilarious. I'm like, why are you not sharing that? People will follow you. But I think people worry that it's just not interesting enough. I presume.
I think it is. And do you know what? I recently joined TikTok, and do you know the people I follow? And I thought, John saw me watching it the other day and said to me, what on earth are you watching? I love seeing like what I eat in a day. Like, why am I interested in what other people eat? Like, it's to say it sounds really boring, but actually all of my TikTok story is what I eat in a day, what I eat in a day. I don't know why I do it. I just find it interesting. I think it's just because I'm nosy.
I think food does catch a lot of people, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I would put it onto everything, Michelle. Your personal brand, I would put it across to absolutely everything. Personally, I think obviously your group is more focused towards your customers and your sales, and your personal platform is probably more focused to like the things that make you, but that does need to try. It becomes natural I think once you start doing it for a while, because what makes you does need to go on towards your group as well, like your pets and your family and stuff as well, but it does become natural. I love dog videos, but I have no pets. But that's actually quite a cool thing. That's what people will find amusing, and they'll engage with you. Like, I absolutely love watching videos of dogs. I haven't got a pet, so you could ask people to share their favorite like videos of dogs. Put post on about cooling pets down, especially in the heat. Got so many interactions. They know me and my dog. Oh, scrum. That's cool. But yeah, I think the difference between going out there and doing amazing with a fantastic brand, and then absolutely flying to the moon by being your own brand. That is it. It is literally becoming your own brand, letting people get to know you. Is it raining, Jem?
Yeah, can you not hear it?
No, I can see it on your window.
I've got it's hammering.
But you're telling a story. I've said this, I can't remember if I've said this in this wake up training or not, but you are telling a story with your brand. People are watching you through your Scentsy journey. They're wanting to see your achievements, whether it's I don't know, you've just done your first live. I used to put all that stuff on my personal page. In fact, I need to do more of it. But things that you've achieved in your business, put it on your personal, whether it's your first live, whether it's just you've made some of your own stickers, you've designed some of your own flyer. People love watching people. They absolutely love watching people. So let them watch your story of what you're doing in your business. Let them watch that story unfold, because that is what people do. People watch Mrs. Hinch because she tells a story. You see the story throughout a day. I literally watched her clean her sink. It's what am I doing?
People buy with emotion, don't they? So when people feel connected to you, when they care about you, when you let them in and let them get to know you, it will just inspire loyalty. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, perfectly. Yeah.
Okay.
And
sorry, it's really bad.
Yeah, she is. She's so real. She's just embraced who she is, and I think she's given a lot more people a lot of. She's taught me a lot about personal branding. I've like watching what she's done. If you can banging, Dylan's practicing on his skateboard outside, and it's not going so well. But yeah, she's just herself. She just like Jem said, her house isn't full of amazingly designer things. She's honest about the tough days and stuff like that. She just seems a really kind and lovely person.
I think social media, I think it's getting better, but maybe 2-3 years ago, it was all very
airbrushed.
very airbrush, very highlight reel all the time. But people are getting people are being a bit more honest now, aren't they? They're being a bit more honest. And when you're sharing things like that, I know when I share, when I've had a bad day with my son or something, it just normalizes it. And it almost, I read some posts sometimes when you've had a bad day with the kids or something, and it's almost like you breathe a sigh of relief, think, oh my God, thank God someone else is going through it. And that's kind of that. People, I don't mean it's all about selling, but people are very emotional, aren't they? They do connect with people with their emotions. So yeah, be honest and let people get to know you. But whenever you're thinking about what to post, if you don't think it contributes to your brand, just don't post it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's like my best tip.
Your consistent brand of what you're trying to post. But it is really important to go away and think about what your brand is. What are you trying to achieve? Why do you love Scentsy? What are your favorite products? Because I always say, lead with your favorite products. Your favorite products are, like, everybody knows what my favorite products are on my group. Lead with your favorite products. Let other people know what you absolutely love and what you can't live without. And I guarantee you'll sell a ton of it. You'll sell an absolute ton of it. Why do you love Scentsy? Why do you love the company? Be as cheesy as you want. I am so cheesy about why I love Scentsy. Absolute cheese on toast. And I can't help it. And I'm not intended to change. It's all over my profile why I love Scentsy and why I love the company core values and everything else about it. So it is who we are. Absolutely. Oh, it's sun's out now. Be a rainbow.
Oh, it's really not.
Oh.
I think it's just the very white sky.
You look really excited then.
Oh, because I'm sat here thinking, how the hell am I going to get back in my house? It's like a little river in the car park.
You've got a car brolly.
I actually have got a Scentsy one. Of course I have. I'm branding myself, aren't I?
Obviously, yes.
Come on.
Oh, dear. But yeah, okay. I think that's pretty much it. But I would just take away from today, go ahead, think of, like Jem said, what is your favorite products? What's your favorite colors? Brand yourself with your favorite colors, your favorite products, your favorite things to do. What do you love doing in your spare time? Do people know that? Do you talk about that? What are your favorite things to eat? All those things. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be a Wendy, I think you need to shut your blinds, got the sun in your eyes. You don't have to be an expert at dance or anything, whatever it is about you. I've not got particularly anything interesting about me.
Me neither.
Nothing at all, but I've just been myself and led with that consistently and being really passionate and excited about the company and the business. So I hope that's been helpful. Your spare time. What do you like to do in your spare time, David? Sorry, we're going to talk then, Jem.
Sorry, need to cough.
But yeah, I think it's just embrace. I think that's the whole part of Scentsy. When I first joined, I really noticed that people were just being themselves, and people weren't. I'd previously been with another company, and I felt like it was a health and wellness company, and I felt like everybody was just trying to be the same, and everybody had to do like the same things. But then I joined Scentsy, and everybody was just whoever they were. It kind of fitted with them, and people were just whoever they were. It didn't matter what they came from, what they looked like, what they had, what they didn't have, how many children they had, anything that they had passed, anything. None of that mattered. I just realized that this whole community, everyone was welcome and everyone was a part of it, and I just loved it. I fell head over heels in love with it because, like I said, as humans, we crave acceptance and we crave to feel part of something, don't we? Okay, are we done? So I'll stop the recording.
I think so. Yeah.